Good day, everybody. Connor McIver, Remax's Paris 911 team. Welcome to our daily real estate radio show. Local agents headquartered here in Santa Cruz Valley, serving greater Los Angeles. Today we're going to talk a little bit about lending and the interest rates. How do you know you're getting a good deal? Where do you look for those rates? We did build a resource for that, and in just a moment we'll get to it. So during this week, we've had a few radio shows. We had a Travel Tuesday show that talked about searching for real estate with systems that are only providing data from the multiple listing service, because that realistically is the warehouse of listing data. A real estate agent takes a listing, and that real estate agent is going to put that listing on the multiple listing service so it can be publicized to the people out there in the world. That's the multiple listing service. You may be searching online and you may be seeing real estate listings, but if you're not on an MLS-based system like MLSbest.com or SCVnest.com, which both of those are the same, easier things, some things are easier to remember. MLS Best is pretty easy to remember. But if you're not on one of those systems, you're going to be running into games, lots of games. Lots of stuff going on. People stating that, yeah, these are the real estate listings, but in essence, you'll find out they really aren't. That was our Travel Tuesdays broadcast. On Monday, we talked about the market, real estate market here in Santa Cruz Valley. It is taking longer to close residential transactions that require loans and lending. So if you are getting ready to buy a house, make sure that you attend our crash course on real estate so we can cover what the TRID is. These new rules that are wreaking a little bit of havoc as far as timeframes for sellers. Seems like agents aren't educating their sellers either. They're not telling them, hey, instead of a 30-day transaction, which Mr. Seller might have been your case when you bought the home, Mrs. Seller. Today we're going to have a longer transactional period, just because of the TRID, which is more documentation, more disclosure criteria for a real estate buyer. Bad thing? No. Can you over-engineer anything? Oh, absolutely. I still think we're okay, even though it's going to take a little bit longer to close. This is a protective mechanism for the buyer when it comes to them needing a mortgage or a home loan to purchase residential real estate. When they do, they have to be notified of certain changes within the loan product that they have agreed to. That's a nice segue into our rates program. Rates, interest rates, where are they? Well, 3.7, 3.88-ish. If you are running out there, running crazy, trying to buy a house right now because you're concerned about the interest rates going up incredibly, first quarter next year, my crystal ball says don't panic. But some people are. And again, it is a crystal ball. I have no idea what's going to happen next year. I'm basing my opinion on it. We have an upcoming election year, and nobody wants to really rock the boat and be responsible, even though it's really not connected. It kind of is connected. I think all of that is going to go ahead and stay the course. I believe interest rates are going to remain stable throughout next year. You want to see interest rates? Go scv.com/rates. Go scv.com/rates. You'll be able to see the current interest rate. You'll also be able to reach out and contact us. You'll see that basically that's bank rates on the right. You'll have a 30-year mortgage. You can do the 15-year fixed and also a 20-year mortgage. So you can see that there on the right side of the page. Just scroll down just a little bit. Go scv.com/rates. The lender that you're dealing with as a real estate buyer is going to cover what your rate's going to be. Usually, though, the rate that they tell you on day one when you go and speak to them or talk to them on the phone, usually that rate is not the rate you're going to get. Rates fluctuate. They go up and down. Quite often, a little bit up, a little bit down. Sometimes rates go up quite a bit, like half a point or a point. That freaks everybody out. We haven't had one of those changes for a while. So I would opine that we will continue on the same path. But again, interest rates fluctuate. So when you go and you call a lender, there's nothing holding them to that rate they're promising you. So don't get too excited about it. You want to see that prevailing rate after we have identified a home for you. We've written an offer for you. The seller has agreed with that offer. And now you have an executed contract, and now you have a deal. You have a home if you choose to proceed all the way through escrow with the purchase of it. But right at the beginning, after the seller sends it back, maybe countering back and forth with us, we bring the information to you. You like it or hate it, we counter them back. Then finally we get a transactional deal started. The seller executes the contract, and then we're on our way. It's at that time I would take the documentation, send it over to the lender, and boom, you're locked. So your loan is now in process. And the lender will tell you where your interest rate's going to be. So have them, hey Don, just wanted to give you a call. Hey Dwayne, hey Mike, hey Frank, hey Chelsea. Wanted to give you a call because you are my lender, and have you shoot me an email with where that interest rate is today. Why not try that? But ultimately, you should be getting that prevailing rate. Any higher of the rate could be more profit in it for the lender. So it's not bad to check. Not bad to check. And there are reasons that your rate might be higher than your brother's interest rate. There are credit issues, credit reasons, employment, different type of loan. So know this as well, and I'll finish with this. Once you decide to buy residential real estate, everybody around you becomes an expert. Everybody knows. Everybody's done it. Everybody's, got the best deal they've ever seen. They had the big one that they brought into the boat, and they filleted it, and they have pictures with it. Take all of that information back. If it's lending issues, if people are saying, oh, well, I got an interest rate for half. I only paid half an interest rate, and I paid off my house, in 5 years, and my payment was only $1 a month. There's an issue. I would trust your. Realistically, in the world, that could be possible if they went the Good Neighbor program. They could have bought a house for half off appraised value. So some of those stories, while they sound like stories, are true, but just have an expert back them up. That's us. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you so much for checking out our Thursday broadcast. This is show number 2015-309, 309th day of the year. Already in November, coming up into Thanksgiving, so I'm excited about that. Please reach out to me when you're ready. We're on a full weekend show, and we will be back tomorrow with our Friday finale broadcast. Let's see where we're headed here in the next 12 months within the real estate markets in Southern California and Santa Clarita Valley, where our offices are headquartered. I'm Connor McIver, RE/MAX's Paris 911 team. Make sure you check out paris911.com. Be safe, and don't forget rates located online at goscv.com/rates. goscv.com/rates. Hook up with me on Twitter. You'll find us Connor for Honor, at Connor for Honor. And you can, of course, find us on all the other systems out there. Just Google Paris 911 followed by your favorite social media channel. You'll track us down. Hook up with us. Will you be safe? Talk to you soon. Connor McIver over and out.